Hi, I'm Emily, and welcome back to another week of News Bytes. This week's newsletter is called On Trial, and it's on John chapter 18, verse 28 through John chapter 19, verse 15. Let's get started. From Eliyahu. Shalom, friends. We are all on trial every day. Some of us know it all the time, and some of us know it, but don't think about it. And some of us will never know it until it's too late. This Sabbath, we are considering the passage in John in which Yeshua stands before Pontius Pilate, a man so jaded by politics that he doesn't even know what truth is. So often, it is such like men who are put in positions to judge and determine the fate of the innocent. I saw a movie about such a case this week. The Conspirator was originally released in 2010 and bombed at the box office. The critics didn't like it very much. I never heard of it until recently when it got a new life on Amazon. Dawn and I like to watch historical movies, so it was recommended to us. We watched it a few days ago, just before I started studying the passage for this Sabbath. Perhaps the critics find true stories about liberty, justice, and truth, and the opposite, tedious and boring. Personally, I don't care what they think. For me, it was one of the most worthwhile films I've seen this century. It was the perfect movie to get me in the right frame of mind for this passage in John. What a coincidence. Here is what the movie is about. The conspirator, Mary Surratt, is the lone female charged as a co-conspirator in the assassination trial of Abraham Lincoln. As the whole nation turns against her, she is forced to rely on her reluctant lawyer to uncover the truth and save her life. Sounds like a good movie. The attitudes of the judges, the prosecution, and the political system behind them are a study in unrighteous judgment. The Civil War was recently won against the South, and President Lincoln was assassinated. The loss of thousands of Northern husbands and sons in the war was still a fresh wound on the hearts of the victors, and now this. It had to be the rebel scum that did this. They had to pay, right now. That was the attitude. The political pressure to find, try, and hang the culprits was immense. Mary Surratt happened to be from the South, and she happened to own the boarding house where the prosecution claimed a conspiracy to assassinate the president was hatched. In the minds of just about everyone, that was enough to make Mary Surratt a co-conspirator. But what of the evidence? What of the truth? What of justice? It is under this kind of popular and/or political pressure that injustice so often wins the day. Mankind needs a judge who has borne the brunt of such wicked judgment. Court is in session, and that very judge is watching the proceedings unfold right now. He is the Messiah, and the prophet Isaiah describes him this way. The Spirit of Yahweh will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of Yahweh. His delight will be in the fear of Yahweh. He will not judge by the sight of his eyes, and neither decide by the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness he will judge the poor, and decide with equity for the humble of the earth. He will strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he will kill the wicked. Righteousness will be the belt of his waist, and faithfulness the belt of his waist. Isaiah 11, 2-5. Come, Lord Yeshua. The righteous long for your righteous judgments in the earth. Mostly what stands out to me in this newsletter is the first paragraph. We are all on trial every day. Some of us know it all the time, and some of us know it but don't think about it. And I think quite a few believers are in the camp of knowing it, but not thinking about it. Because if you think about it all the time, you realized you're on trial right now. Sometimes you might think or say or do ugly or downright wicked things to your brothers and sisters in the faith, to other people. Humans are wicked. But it's the fear of Yahweh that keeps you in check, I guess is what I want to say. Of course, in the meeting, Eliyahu goes into that a lot, basically the history of it in the scriptures, but also the people aspect and how we need to behave as his nation. Because in the Torah, if there was a witness, you needed more than one witness at a trial. And if the witnesses gave false testimony, they were judged. And even the judges were judged. And the person who was the accused, who was on trial, whatever the accuser wanted done to him, if he was found innocent, then it would be done to the accuser. That's scary. And that's kind of what the other scriptures say. How you judge others will also be measured out to you. And that's the same thing, because we are all on trial all the time for the ultimate judge, Yeshua, which is the only righteous judge. Because like he said, so often, especially today, political pressure and news pieces sway the public opinion of basically guilty until proven innocent rather than innocent until proven guilty. The meeting that went along with this was exceptionally good. I listened to it before I came over here. It was just a really good meeting. Eliyahu went into all the verses, into the Romans' hand and the execution of Yeshua, and the Jews, not all of them obviously, but the mastermind, ones who wanted Yeshua out of the way, and how they almost like manipulated Pontius Pilate, threatening his position and like his loyalty to Caesar if he didn't execute this man, Yeshua, who claimed to be the Son of God and King. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment below, subscribe, and watch the meeting on trial right here.